This is the broadcasting station of Javan Commute. In our program today, we would like to give you a speech of news about the Vân Long Wetland Nature Reserve. This environment news has become familiar to us and indispensable for the local inhabitant of Javan Commute, as they has been enjoying successful results of a project funded by Small Grant Program of the Global Environment Facilities GEF SGP in Vietnam. The Small Grant Project yields with great impact. This is what GEF SGP has achieved in this area, a location with 2 records indicated in the 2010 Vietnam Record Book Center. A location with the greatest number of delicate language individuals, and a location with the greatest picture of nature. It has been for 10 years that the project model has been maintained and widely replicated. It is of particular importance that there is now no more pressures. The number of delicate language individuals has increased from 40 at the beginning of the project to over 100 individuals now, and the forest coverage on Limestone Mountain has increased from 25% to 30%. What the member of GEF secretaries from Washington, USA say?
Well, the Small Grants Program is a very effective program, as we know from around the world, but the visit we did today in Vietnam shows that particularly because it's a project that began, almost 10 years ago and has endured. It's developed, it's grown, it's served as an example for other communes. All the local inhabitants have taken an interest in participating, and thanks to this project, not only have they protected the environment in this particular part of the country, but they've also improved their own standard of living by having more jobs, by having a more variety of jobs. And they've also attracted tourists from all over the world. 80% of the tourists that come here are from abroad. And that's very important because it takes then the message to the other countries. And as we've seen today, a lot of these international tourists come from what we consider in the GEF donor countries. So they will be able to see what their tax money that has been given to the GEF through the SGP has achieved in a country like Vietnam. So I'm really very satisfied and delighted to be able to have visited you, and I congratulate you as well as all the participants in the project.
It's beyond our expectation that the results of the sustainable model are still visible after the 10 years of its termination.
Thank you so much for bringing us out here to see this incredible project. We were hosted earlier today by a lot of chiefs and community leaders, and that was really interesting listening to how they have been able to grasp and take these different technologies and methods on board and be able to actually spread that message not only within the smaller group, the community are working in, but also to other communities. I was very particularly interested to hear about how they were intercropping, if you will, with both rice production and fish. I think that's very innovative, and that's one of the things that is very unique for the SGP program, where we get test technologies on a very local scale, and in this specific case, it actually were able to work and take on its own life. I think that's what SGP is very effective in doing. We have tried in other places linking the Small Grants Program with larger investments, and that's very forceful. So we can actually get activities on the ground into even the small micro basins and communities. And I think the SGP program is unique, and I'm very happy to be able to see it. So many times I only get to see it on paper in Washington, D.C. But getting out here and actually seeing that it works, that is a very strong message, and that's going to help me for the next long time. When it gets boring, all the paperwork, then I can help looking back at this moment with a smile on my face and see what you did here. Thank you so much.
All seem to have surpassed the frameworks of the project because it is the Vân Long wetland area that is their source of life. The secret to their success is their responsibilities, their interest, and their honor.